welcome back to my channel. So I am very excited for today's video because this is one that is a bit of a long time in the making. I haven't done one of these videos, I think, in a year. Maybe not quite a year. I don't actually remember the last time I did one of these videos. But as you can tell from the title of today's video, I am going to be doing another part to the series that, or I guess kind of series of picking my subscribers' next piercing. Now I started this series a while back and I've only done like 5 or 6 installments of it. I really should have looked up all this information before I started this video, but whatever, it's fine. I've done a few other videos in this series, but it's been a really long time since I did the last one. I decided to bring it back. So I asked over on Instagram if anyone wanted to submit pictures for this video. I did have a few stipulations, the main one being I'm only doing ears because if we start incorporating like face or even body, it gets to be a lot. So I'm only focusing on ear piercings. Maybe at some point I'll branch out and do facial piercings as well, but for now we're sticking with ears. I also tell people that they can submit a picture of both ears or they can just do like one specifically. Like if they're really focused on getting something on like their left ear but they don't really know what, they can do that, or they can send both ears because they just don't know what to go with next. I also do read names off, just first names though, unless you have no name attached to your username on Instagram. Then I go with a part of your username just because I don't want to give away everyone's identity, but hopefully the people that submitted will watch and they'll know who I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and get started. So first up we have Erica, who submitted a picture of their right ear. Now looking at this picture, all they have is one lobe piercing and a tragus piercing. First of all, the jewelry you have in your tragus piercing is so cool looking. I love the snake and it fits great on your tragus. Also the little dangly cat charm is cute. So looking at this picture, I am definitely drawn towards suggesting something for the upper part of the ear just because there's a lot of vacant space up there. And because of that, I am inclined to say go with a flat. I absolutely love flat piercings. I myself have one over on my right ear. I definitely recommend them to people, and especially since there's such an open space up there, I recommend a flat. Next up we have Caroline, who submitted a picture of both ears. And Caroline has a lot going on with both ears. I like seeing pictures of ears that either have very minimal going on or have a lot going on because I feel like, you know, they're two sides to the coin and it's like, ooh, what could I suggest for you? So looking at Caroline's ears, I'm definitely inclined to focus on the left ear. And that's primarily because, like with Erica, I'm noticing a lot of vacant space up at the top of the ear. So I have 2 suggestions for Caroline. And the only situation where I give 2 is when my first suggestion is an industrial. I think you have the ear anatomy for it. However, as someone who doesn't have an industrial piercing, I don't always know what really does work for an industrial. So whenever I suggest an industrial, I always give a second option just in case. And my second option is just a plain old helix. You need something at the top part of that ear. You need to put something there. So either an industrial or just a regular old helix. Next up we have Mckenna, who submitted pictures of both ears. And looking at these, I want to focus on the left ear because the right ear has the doth, and the industrial, so a lot's going on within the upper and the inner part of the ear. So I kind of want to focus on the left ear, and I am inclined to suggest a tragus. Need something in that middle area space, and since you already have a doth on the other side, I don't know how people feel about symmetry or asymmetry. I personally, my ears are asymmetrical when it comes to their piercings. Some people would prefer the symmetry, some don't care. So I'm going to suggest a tragus over on your left ear. Next up we have Vespa. There's no name attached to their Instagram username, so I'm just going to call them Vespa. And they submitted a picture of both ears. Just looking at the pictures of the ears, I'm inclined to focus on the right ear, and I would suggest a doth. I think you need something right there in the middle, and I think that it would work pretty well with your anatomy. Next up we have Jeff, who submitted a picture of both ears, and just looking at the ears, I definitely want to focus on the left ear because there is less piercings going on over there, and I would suggest a rook. I think you need something that's a little bit higher up but also kind of centered, so I would suggest a rook. Following that we have Jess, who submitted a picture of their left ear only, and just looking at it, you know, they have 2 lobe piercings, they have a helix piercing, so I want to focus on the center part of the ear, and I would say a doth. I think you need something right there in the center. And I know some of y'all are probably watching this video and you're like, Gretchen hasn't suggested a conch yet. Just wait, just wait. Next up we have Marley, who submitted a picture of both ears. These are very open canvases, so because of that, I am gonna suggest a conch piercing on your right ear. You have one more piercing on your left ear, so let's put something over on your right ear, and I suggest a conch. Next up we have Heather, who submitted pictures of both ears, and they have quite a bit going on. So I would suggest just looking at these pictures. You know, we've got a lot of helixes and lobe piercings over on the side. We have a daith, doth on the left ear, we have a tragus on the right ear, and as such I think we need something a little bit more toward the center of the ear, the center as well as the inner part of the ear. So I'm going to suggest a forward helix on the right ear. I think that would balance things out pretty well and kind of go in line with the rest of the helix piercings you have. Next up we have Laura, who submitted a picture of both ears. Again, another ear that has a number of piercings on them, and just looking at how balanced the ears are and what is in the ears, I definitely want to focus a little bit on the right ear, and the right ear is the one that has the double helix at the top, and I'm leaning toward like a mid helix. I think you need something in the center but toward the outer part of the ear. So I'd say a mid helix. And last up we have Emily, who submitted a picture of both ears. Definitely an open canvas. We just have one lobe piercing on either ear, so very open. So this suggestion is going to be for whichever ear you prefer. And just looking at your ears, I think a tragus would look really cool. You got something that's like centered but toward the inner part of the ear. I think a tragus would look really good on either one of your ears. Since Emily's ears are very open on what could go there, that's why I'm not saying, oh, your left ear or your right ear, because whichever one is preferred, I think a tragus would look really good. So those were the submissions for this Picking My Subscribers Next Piercing. I'm trying to get a little bit quicker with these, so maybe we can do them more often. That's always been the problem in the past, is I'll sit there and like, and just like sit and really take a lot of time, so then editing was a pain. So I was like, let's go with the first thing that pops in my head, kind of a thing. It's like a little gut reaction. But thank you to everyone who submitted a picture. I really do appreciate it. If you would like to submit a picture for the next one, because I would like to do one maybe in November or December, be sure to follow me over on Instagram. Wait for me to pop up the little story that says, hey, now's the time to DM me your photos, and wait for that to pop up. Special thank you to my patrons. You can help support the channel on Patreon while having access to videos early, view and patron only content, and more. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to go down there and hit that subscribe button, as well as that notification bell, so YouTube will let you know when I upload next. But until next time, bye y'all!